we host ourselves in a dirty old inclusive where every week we watch a different anime and then we just talk about it like you do with your mates at Anime Club. I'm Phoebe and I'm here with my beautiful host.
All right, I'm Chris. And just before we actually start this, I just want to address why Phoebe looks like a squishy today. If you don't know what a squishy is, I'll just put a little picture down underneath Phoebe.
Look. Some of us have become an outdoor cat in the last month. But maybe we've spent a long time as an indoor cat. We don't really know how to survive in the world. But I got really sunburned. I actually think I have like a very mild case of sunstroke, so the conversation from here on out could be wild.
Do you tan? Do you burn then tan?
I burn then tan, although I feel like this is quite a bad burn. I probably will burn then peel. So
have you ever seen the series called Benidorm? Next week you're going to be like Madge. That's Sunny Con.
Do you know what, low-key, I feel like if people compare me to Madge, I feel like I'm winning in life, and that says more about me than it does about anyone else.
Without walnut hue.
Madge is an icon. It's gonna. I'm hoping it'll be that, and I won't actually be like, you know.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, peeling off layers of skin like a lizard person.
Exactly.
So yeah. Anyway, I've become an outdoor cat, but it hasn't stopped me from watching 3 episodes of Odd Taxi, which was, quite frankly, after last week's very traumatic Banana Fish, which we both enjoyed, but was harrowing, I think is the best way to describe it. Odd Taxi, while still having a sinister moments, is a bit of a delight, I thought. What was your kind of initial expectations and impressions of Odd Taxi?
So, I didn't know anything about this before going in. Obviously, Lee introduced us when he did that.
Yeah. He said he loves anthropomorphic animals, and you'll love this.
He does. I think that's why he's excited for the meets that are happening on that SunnyCon this weekend.
He can't wait.
I know. Fun. I think he's got a tail in and everything. But I thought it would have been like, can you remember that anime we watched, Bartender?
Yes.
I thought it would have been very similar to that, but a bit more quirkier because they're all animals in this. But nah, it's not. It was really good though. I think I'm up to episode 9, and we're only meant to watch 3. And it was one of them ones. Yeah. It was like a curtain twitcher anime, so you'd be watching it, you'd be enjoying the slice of life, and you'd be like, oh, there's a bit of gossip there, or a bit of story that's happening, but I wonder what's happening with them. And there's constant callbacks, and there's sometimes like you see the scene from different perspectives to get more like you know, get a bigger picture of it. But yeah, really good.
I also really like so far. So I've only got up to the beginning of episode 4. I fully intend, I think, on finishing this because I was really enjoying it.
Right.
I don't know anyone's names. I will be referring to them as walrus, hippopotamus, raccoon. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be referring to them by their species, not their name.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's problematic in that world.
Well, I was weirdly thinking when I was watching this, do you think that this anime would have hit differently if it was all humans and not animals?
Yeah, I actually think the animal thing matters in this. Yeah, I don't know why, but I think it does matter. I think it makes it feel more lighthearted. Even so, essentially, what it is an anime that's about a grumpy old taxi driver who's the walrus character.
Yeah. Hiroshi Odakawa.
And he is driving his taxi. You get like these little slice of life interactions as people get in and out of his taxi, or as he encounters people on the road. Sometimes you see like figures from his broader life. And so far what I see are like snippets of people's lives, and everyone seems to have like their own motivation. Like it's quite well thought out, and it's kind of lovely the way that you just join like a section of their life. It's kind of very metaphorical. And then but slowly what I'm seeing are threads starting to draw together. It feels like a very clever plot-wise, and I feel like the bit I think we're working towards a big reveal in a kind of mystery sense, and I think that they're giving us all the clues we need now to figure it out as it happens, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think they're withholding anything. They're just choosing to show it in a very specific order to keep the suspense. So I'm like really enjoying it. In terms of mystery anime, I think it might be one of the better ones we've watched.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Even when it's not like a for a mystery anime, it's not like a oh, something happened and he did it, or you wondering who did this thing. You get constantly, it leads you into asking more questions, and then it answers the questions after it's asked another one. So you always, it doesn't end on cliffhangers, but it's just a constant slow drip feed of, oh, I wonder how that's going to affect this guy, or oh, what's going to happen here, or oh, he's a bit of a dick and I hope he gets his karma.
And there's a really good example of the alpaca character who I like is up to something, obviously. For sure is up to something, because you start off seeing him go to the doctors, the walrus, and they have like this little interaction, and she says, you know, and they're like, oh, you should like settle down, get married, life will be better. And then she's like exchanges numbers with him, and you're like, oh, he's got a date. But then you see like a snippet where it's like, for some reason, she seems to have stolen loads of drugs. But it's like, and then the next question is, okay, so why has she stolen the drugs? But then there's also the question of why has she stolen the drugs, but also why is she trying to cozy up to the walrus specifically? It's kind of curious. And he also has this kind of weird relationship with the police, where they seem to be giving him a hard time, but you don't know why. He also seems to know some gangsters characters and things, but you don't know why, like what his connection to them is. But he's not afraid of them in a way that you would expect like a normal guy to be afraid of them. Like it just drip feeds you like the curiosities, and I love it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he would, as a taxi driver, he doesn't, as far as we know, or I know at the minute, he doesn't have any family, he doesn't have any, like, solid friends. He's got acquaintances and people that he talks to, but he wouldn't be like, I've got this problem, can you talk us through it? He's got kind of people you would see at the shop every day. You'd like say hello to them.
But he does have characters like the young monkey, who he seems to have like a kind of almost found family kind of energy with, but you don't know why he's so protective of him, and actually he seems like a bit of a dick. So
you'll find out later on. It's gonna be hard, this one, because you've specifically asked us not to spoil it for you.
Spoil it. And that's because I'm really enjoying it.
But what I will say is, I do feel sorry for his friend character, who's the monkey with the thing on his head. But I feel sorry for his situation and what he's doing, but everything is his own choice. He could quite easily have not gotten in that situation, but that's all I'll say.
Do you know what also I thought was curious? So at the end of episode 3, because this is the other thing, is that they kind of drip, like in the same way that they drip feed you clues and curiosities, they drip feed you characters a little bit. So they've got like this hippopotamus who's trying to go, like a hippopotamus teenager who's trying to go viral. And you keep seeing him like in the struggle to go viral.
Yeah.
But then you discover that he took a selfie with the walrus, and then there's like a wanted criminal in the background of the selfie. And you also have like, so he kind of pops up, but you also have throughout the kind of episodes 1 to 3, you have a radio show playing where it's 2 radio DJs who are talking about how they can't make it as comedians. And then at some point they actually appear in the taxi, and you're like, oh my God, it's these guys. We get to put like a face to the name, and it's really good at giving you those kind of like early on snippets. So this is why I feel like they're feeding us everything we need to know to solve the crime. It's just that we don't know that information is pertinent yet. Which I think is the real art of a good mystery, because I think that, like, I hate it in an Agatha Christie, and it's like not so much in the books, because I think Agatha Christie does give you the information, but like, or in like a Sherlock Holmes, Arthur Conan Doyle never gives you all the information, so you physically cannot solve the crime before the hero, and that's annoying to me, because that's part of why people want to watch a crime show, is because they want to know who done it. And you should give people like a fair shot at being able to guess. And I think this probably does give you a fair shot. But the main kind of crime is the disappearance of this girl, and you don't know why she's disappeared. The other thing that I'm curious about, and I'm interested to know if you found the answer. You don't have to tell me who it is, but you see him alone in his flat talking to someone who is described as having run away.
Yeah. So,
have you found out who that is yet?
You haven't found out in where I'm up to at the minute, but I've got a theory.
Okay, what's your theory?
So if you watch the intro, he's got a cat in his cupboard.
Oh.
That's what I think it is. It's only because
cat person.
I was watching it because I was like, oh, I know in a lot of these animes, you get a lot of spoilers from watching the intro. Normally I skip it, but I really like the intro music to this as well.
The intro's fun, and actually the intro is the reason that we're watching this, because as you said, Lee is the person who put us onto this.
Yeah.
He created a game. So this year, we've kind of dropped it a bit now, because I think we just got tired. Nope. Chris and I have been competing for the right to choose. Well, I can't, because of some technical difficulties. But I had like a weird anime savant moment with this particular anime, where the intro doesn't but I think you're right, maybe the intro does give you more clues than you realise if you're coming into it completely cold. But if you're coming into it completely cold, you wouldn't necessarily know that this is even about a taxi driver.
Yeah, I mean,
wild.
There is another thing that I think that I've put together as well.
Okay, do you know who the porcupine is yet? Who's in the intro?
No, I don't know. I think I've...
Because the gangster monkey is chasing a porcupine throughout most of the intro, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
But if I say to you, a guy who collected rubbers, would that mean anything to you? I can't remember what happens in the first 3 episodes.
A guy who collected rubbers? No.
Okay, is in like stationary erasers, not by condoms. Okay, then it doesn't matter. I'll talk to you about it after.
Also, it should be known that while I have an excellent memory for completely useless facts that will very rarely show any tangible pragmatic use in life, I retain information like a goldfish. So there probably has been a conversation about someone who collects erasers.
Right.
Has it landed and registered in my brain? Probably not.
That's fine. So there's a guy who it goes through. It's kind of like he's writing some kind of manifesto thing. He's a raccoon thing, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think he's just appeared in the beginning of episode 4.
This will be the episode that is explained. So the first time he's introduced to him, it goes through his life. And he talks about all the injustices in his with the wealth gap in his school. He said so kids had like clothes and stuff. They tried to stamp that out, and then so we ended up collecting erasers, because it used to be like, do you know when you go to school, you can get the WH Smith one, or you can get the Morrison's own brand kind of deal, or you can get your compass cases, but like who has the best one, or who was the best pencil case in the shape of a Pepsi Max can or something like that.
Pencil cases were like... Oh, pencil cases and rulers, specifically, were like really sought after. I still have somewhere a Sussex police that I scratched out the sus on, and it just says sex police from school.
So,
So they're like collateral.
It goes into that story, and he goes to buy this. He goes on eBay to try to find them. Yeah. He's a kid with no money, he uses his dad's credit card, and he bids 100,000 yen for a eraser from his dad's credit card.
No,
But 100,000 is about 500 quid, I think.
that's a lot for a little rubber.
Yeah, it's just special edition monkey rubber thing. And anyway, the money goes. He was just like, oh, well, the eBay say that's like no returns or whatever. So I thought in my kid's brain, I have to buy it. I have to do this. He doesn't receive that rubber from the eBay seller. So that name, I can't remember what the name was as the eBay seller, but at the start, when the walrus guy goes to the doctors, she gives him a rubber. That is the rubber that he was bidding on.
Yeah. Interesting. And I also wonder, interesting, because I think, do you know, I reckon this anime will really reward you for a second watch. Because I think once you know the answer, you'll go back and you'll find clues like that you just completely missed were clues.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it does go back from a different point of view and explain why things happened like that. So if you're like, oh, why was he in a cupboard? And then it'll go back to why they were in a cupboard in a later episode. Or
there's also like, because at one point, and I don't know if this is a clue, but at one point with the alpaca, he's like, you're the only alpaca in the area. And it's like, oh, that's interesting.
I was going to mention that as well, because besides the twin policemen who are identical brothers, there's no double ups.
There's no double ups, but that makes me think that's why it might be relevant for the story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm curious. Do you think the kid's alive or dead? That's gone missing, the girl.
I think it's going to be alive, because I think this series is more about the mystery and not about the crime. And I don't think they would have I could be proven wrong, but I don't think they'd have a dead body.
I think that's a good shout. I think that's a really good shout.
That's what I'm thinking anyway.
I kind of also hope it is, because actually, if for something that's like, you know, like if this was, and I think this is where it benefits maybe from having animals over people. Like if this was with people, or if this was like a live action crime show, you'd have a missing girl and it'd be very intense, and everyone would maybe be speaking Danish and holding up torches rather than switching on lights. Do you know what I mean?
I just think of Poirot.
Or like a Poirot. Murder in the Orient Taxi. And Murder Most Foul. Yeah. But I think because it's animals, it kind of keeps it in the realm of campy, quirky. Mm-hmm. And therefore kind of just generally feels less tense, because it's less scary watching a walrus drive a taxi than it is watching a man be framed for a crime he didn't commit.
Yeah. There's that as well, is you kind of get fooled by a lot of the animals as well. Yeah. But I think, because I know it sounds weird, but when you see the stereotype of a walrus man, you kind of think like gruff, or, you know, like strong silent type, and then you'll hear like he give people free rides begrudgingly. He's a grumpy little man, but he does do kind things. Like he's got a heart of gold under there.
I also love that when he goes to the doctor, they're like, oh, that's just the way that he speaks. He doesn't hold any but he doesn't actually say anything that's that bad. He's just bluntly honest, and I kind of like that about him. But there's a touch of like neuro spiciness to him, to his like black and white way of speaking, that I kind of like. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I kind of saw it because he's very lonely. Because he's not used to having someone to communicate them thoughts to. He's used to talk to himself in his head. So he just says it like it is, because that's what he would think Because he did say at one point when he was in the taxi with the guy that does the little hippo that does the social media, he was just like, he asked him a question.
I
about,
love the way he went in on the social media thing though. That was really fun because I was like,
oh yeah, definitely.
It is a con, you're right.
But he was just like, when he was saying, he was like, why are you taking so long to answer? And he was like, well, I've been told that I'm too open and blunt with people, so I have to pick, I think it was like 5 answers or something in my head, so I think of them, and I pick which one which would offend you the least. And I think because of his doctor is his friend as well, he's not got that filter, and he's just going and talking. And if he's more comfortable with you, you'll see it. So I think that's why he does that. And he's just a lonely bloke. Yeah.
It makes me feel sad for him that he's lonely, because you're right, he is a nice person who is kind and seems to genuinely care about the people who are in his taxi. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's like extending himself with kindness, even though he's blunt. And I wonder if, like, my hope for him in this series is that he I don't care if anyone else gets a happy ending. I want the taxi driver to get his happy ending. Give him a big tip or something.
I think he's there is one mystery that's been hinted at really quite early on, which I'm interested to see, is that the walrus has had some kind of traumatic event happen to him. So it's kind of done it where a little flashback where it's had him, I think he was on the roadside, in like a cartoony version in his mind, where he was like, oh yes, I was in an accident which should have killed us. And then it kind of like, it comes back because he's interrupted by a different question, and you're like, no, keep talking about that, go on.
No, go back, I want to know.
Yeah.
Do you know what though, but if he was the eBay seller who should have sent the rubber, like, maybe that accident is the reason he didn't send it. Or do you think it's the doctor? No,
so it's the nurse, the llama nurse, who gave him the rubber.
Right.
So I think
you think she didn't send it. She's a con artist.
I think she's a con artist, and I can't say anymore. Yeah.
She's also stealing drugs.
But the reason why she's stealing drugs is something else, which I kind of...
In with the Yakuza, because there's also, like, Yakuza-y type... No? Oh, God, damn it. I want to know. Okay. Oh. They're also, very specifically, though, the drugs are antipsychotics, which I think is interesting. Who needs that many antipsychotics medication?
People who are having psychosis.
Maybe crazy llama ladies.
No, she's not using it.
Who's she using it on? That was my washing machine, if you heard a beeping just there.
It wasn't psychosis.
Psychosis. No,
not this time.
One more wash before Sunny gone.
Sunny gone.
So excited. Yeah. So yeah, would you recommend Odd Taxi to someone who's never seen an anime before?
Never seen? Yes, because I think it is. It's very much. It's not too out there. Besides them being animals, this could be placed in a normal teledrama. If real people acted this, it would have a slightly different tone, but I think it wouldn't take that much away from it. So it's kind. I think it's like a halfway leap into the weird world of anime, but this is good.
I think this is a really gorgeous bridge between, like, Zootopia type films and, like, into anime. I specifically would recommend this to my father, who has seen lots of anime, to be fair, but I think this is an anime that my dad would, like, really get behind. I think he'd really enjoy it. So I definitely would recommend it for sure, and to some of the people that I love most in the world.
Jazzy soundtrack as well.
And it's got a super jazzy soundtrack. Yeah. That's also one of the reasons I'd recommend it to my dad, because it does also have Cowboy Bebop energy. I actually think this is a great starter anime for people, because it's like, the animation is quite simple. It's not like hugely out there, but it's like quality enough that it's not jarring. The soundtrack's amazing, the story's fantastic, the character and voice acting is really, really good. Yeah.
The animation's good as well. Like, even on the intro, it's kind of like a cutesy one, and then you get into it and you're like, oh yeah, this is quite good. It's really clean as well. But it's also
crisp.
like you get parts at night when he's by himself, and it's just like, oh yeah, this is really like, it just looks really good. It puts you in that. I keep imagining City Pop being played. It's kind of like that kind of vibe.
And you do love some city pop.
I do.
It's like
do.
a number one Chris genre. I can't listen to city pop now without thinking about you. And you're like, you sending pictures of bike girl gangs from Tokyo.
That's all I do. I just said biker women.
I didn't mean that to sound as creepy and weird as it came out. It was really in a conversation. I'd like to vouch for for Chris on this one. And in terms of favourite characters, who's your favourite character?
Ooh.
Okay.
The walrus guy. It's got to be.
He's a great main character, and he's my favourite by a long shot.
He is, and he's got one of them mysteries that I want to know. I don't think it's easy to figure out, but I think once the end hits, I'll be like, oh yes, everything was spelt out along the way.
Yeah. I think it'll be satisfying. I also think with him, he's one of those characters that, like, despite the fact that he's very honest and blunt and sometimes borderline rude, he's actually quite optimistic about human nature. And I like to see that in a character. I think he is. I think he wants the best for people.
Yeah. Me too.
So, but not in like a cheesy, tropey way. I think in like a genuine, very human, ironically human way. I think this is one of the most human portrayals of like characters. But so therefore it's ironic that everyone's animals, but actually the characters themselves are like these complex, like, depictions of like real humanity. I love it.
Yeah.
So we'd recommend it to other people. You're already on episode 9. I'm already on episode 4. We're definitely going to finish this.
Yeah.
What do you want to do next week? Because this week we're currently at while this goes out, we're currently at SunnyCon in Newcastle, having a blast.
Do you know what? I think this will probably come out like 3 or half 2 on a Friday. So
well, you won't be. You'll be on like getting ready.
Hopefully, I think I'll be getting ready to pick my son up and kick him out to my parents, and then get ready to come down, go into a hotel. But I didn't even think about it. I was just talking to you about an anime. Should I just pick that one before?
Yeah, why not?
2 sec. You fill some time while I remember the name.
Yeah. So we're currently at SunnyCon. Please, if you would like to see what we were doing, both Chris and I are dressing up, as well as our other halves. Our other halves are dressing up with us, and so are some of the other Nerdy Up North folk. So if you would like to see our antics over at the anime convention in Sunderland, then you can in Newcastle. Why is it called SunnyCon if it's not technically Sunderland? I don't understand. I'll be honest. I don't understand the difference between Sunderland and Newcastle, except for the fact that they are supposed to be different places, but they seem the same to me. But that's maybe the most southern thing I've ever said, and I'm scared I'm going to get lynched at SunnyCon now.
You'll find out once you're there.
Yeah, okay.
It is called SunnyCon, but it doesn't start at Sunderland, by the way. It just...
Right, okay.
They wanted to add some class, so they thought they would take it to Newcastle.
Okay, fair. So yeah, we're going to be in Newcastle having a blast. I'm going to be travelling all the way from the deep dark south to be there. And if you want to see our antics, we'll probably throw up some YouTube videos, but the best place will also be over on our Instagram and our TikTok. So go make sure you follow us on the socials. We're Anime Podcast UK on Instagram. And I can't remember what we are on TikTok. Maybe just Anime Club? We'll be that.
Yeah, well, Anime Club. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you know what? It'll be in the description as well. So
you can just go click a link. That's the best thing. So yeah, so that's what we'll be doing. Come and engage with us. And if you're going to be there, come and say hi. You probably will recognize us. Our cosplays aren't, well, you will definitely recognize me because I'll be the one with her looking like a squashy. And Chris, you may or may not recognize. And if you spot him in the wild and you recognize him, please go and be like, I recognize you. Because I think your cosplay is quite, like, there's some face stuff going on.
yeah, do you know what's bad as well? Someone did say that they followed us before, and it was Tian from Tian's Gifts, who makes absolutely amazing fans and stuff like that. I froze up and I was like, mint.
I literally have a thing from Tian's Gifts on my desk, which is one of the lucky cats. And it waves to me. And sometimes I get it out and put it right next to me if I'm having a bad day because it cheers me up.
I've got one of them. I've also got a Ghibli scene, which is a light, but it's in a minute. And I've got one of the portraits, which I've got
be there.
Yeah, she's doing a workshop, fan making as well. Because if you go past her shop, she's got these like amazing intricate silk fans that she makes and everything. She also sells like some nice other stuff as well. But yeah, she's doing a workshop there, how to make them. But yeah, she recognised. She said, "Oh yeah, I follow you on Instagram." I was just like, "I follow you too." Goodbye.
And we're obsessed with your fight. Well, hi to Tian specifically, but yeah, and we'll also be like throwing up some cool vendors where if we find stuff that we like. So if you're also a bit of a collector of cute and fun anime things, it's definitely worth giving us a follow because that's what we're gonna be. Yeah,
I'm gonna really try because every time I've went, I've said I'll do stuff, and then I hang about outside in the cool kids area, and I end up having too many drinks. I've not booked on the whiskey tasting this year, but I'm doing the sake tasting. So after that, I might be a bit worse for wear, but it'll be fine.
Basically, what I'm hearing is we've got a 2-hour window in the morning to get as much done as possible.
Hour and a half, yeah. But yeah, sorry, I got the name of that anime. It's Sibikui Bisco.
Okay.
Bisco. So it's about mushrooms in post-apocalyptic Japan.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to it. That sounds like a fun one, and hopefully, my lovely other half who's going to be dressing up and has finished his costume today. And it looks absolutely amazing. I'm genuinely a bit jealous of his costume. And it sounds like I could maybe persuade him to watch that with me because he loves a bit of magic and apocalyptic sci-fi. So great.
Mushroom arrows, rust.
Yeah.
Loads of stuff. It'll be good.
The government supporting Big Rust again. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. We're probably, on our way to getting horribly drunk on a Friday night over in Newcastle. And if you're not doing that, just make sure that you're having a lovely time. Give a loved one a little message to tell them how much you appreciate them, because sometimes that's nice just to brighten people's day. And we will catch you back next week with that anime that Chris said. Bye.
Bye.